Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are once again
Hello everyone and
Oh,
welcome.
sorry, there we go. I have a bit of an echo happening there. I can fix it. Sorry. Yeah, we are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are back in Kerbal Space Program. More specifically, this is my hardcore career mode. What that means is I've set the difficulty to hard, which means no reverts back to the VAB or anything like that, no quick saving, so something bad happens, it just happens. But actually I've been finding that the most difficult part of that is just not being able to test your vehicles. You just have to build them and you gotta go and kind of hope for the best. I've also turned down all the resources, so it's only 30% of what you normally would get, and that's actually what's really kind of turning this into a little bit of a grind, specifically for money. There's always this big hump where you're trying to get certain buildings up to Tier 2, because there's such a big advantage between Tier 1 and Tier 2, not nearly as much as there is between Tier 2 and Tier 3. And the one I'm eyeing right now is the Astronaut Complex. It cost me 150,000 Kerbal. And what that's going to do is, if I upgrade it, is that my Kerbals can then EVA in other places other than the surface of Kerbin, which will allow me to go, for instance, up into orbit and collect EVA reports there, or go to the moon and collect EVA reports there. It opens up a lot more science for me. And that's going to be my goal for today, is to upgrade this Astronaut Complex. The other one might not be today, but I'm really looking forward to, is trying to upgrade the vehicle assembly building, but it's 450,000 Kerbal for that, and that's to lift the 30-part count, count of the 30-part limits. That's, yeah, it's hard to build something with just 30 parts that at least can do something substantial. But anyway, what I've been doing is, last week, mostly I was doing these conduct atmosphere survey missions. This is one that's on the surface, which is like halfway around the planet. I'm not going to do, I already looked at that one at the end of last week. But here's another one, focused observational survey. And I've been doing the ones that are below certain altitudes. I got some here that are above. I did get a comment that one of the ways in which to do the aboves is just to put something into polar orbit. That's an expensive way to do it. You can do it that way. It works, but a cheaper way to do it is to kind of put an SRB on a jet that you already have. I already have the Juno 2, my jet, and I can put a SRB up its backside and just kind of point it and go. And if these aren't too far away, I can get them that way and raise myself some cash in that department. The other way to raise cash that I've always looked at are tourist contracts. So I probably should start thinking about doing more of these. And if you add these all up, it looks like a lot of money, but the cost of the rocket is actually quite expensive. And the only part, with the way I've got it designed right now, the only part that gets recovered is the capsules. And if I'm going to really make any significant amount of money, I probably want to recover the whole thing so that I don't lose that cost. So what I'm thinking about is actually going in here, taking my tourist vehicle, and seeing if I cannot make it so that I can recover the whole thing. So let's bring it up. It is, oh, and I came up with some sort of a naming convention. Rather than calling these things Tourist 1. So if the vehicle is meant to be used around Kerbin, it starts with the KER for Kerbin, and then whether it's a tourist vehicle, a crewed orbiting vehicle, a crewed suborbiting vehicle, you can sort of get the thing. So this is a tourist orbiter here. It's my only tourist orbiter. So this is the Kerbin Tourist Orbiter 01. That's the logic behind all of that. So here it is. It is right at the 30-part limit. And what I'm thinking about, this is what I'm kind of nervous about, to be honest. It can take up 2 tourists. It's kind of ugly looking, but, you know, it is what it is. But I want to put on a couple more parachutes and just lose this decoupler and heat shield and see if I can come in kind of arse backwards and recover. Well, the SRBs down here won't be recovered, but this whole thing would be recovered. That's what I'm thinking about. So for instance, doing this, removing this, yeah, that was both of those. That frees up 2 more parts. And then getting 2 more parachutes. I'm hoping that would be enough weight. And of course, this doesn't come without increased risks, does it? Like that. That's kind of the idea. All these parachutes need to go at the same time. Those decouplers are down there at the bottom. They're all right, I believe. Let's just check those out. So the engine comes on with those two. I want the swivel to come on because it provides gimbaling control, because the only means of attitude control are the reaction wheels up there in the cockpit, and that seemed to make it fly a lot easier. And then we go on those, then we lose those. It is a weird looking rocket, but that's what you're going to get with the limited parts that you got. I do not think I have... No. Once I get longer tanks, like if I get the tanks that are twice as long as this, you know, that would reduce a lot of parts because I can lose a lot of the tanks in here. So I'm honestly thinking... Again, I can't test it, but I'm honestly thinking of giving this a go. Well, you do your pre-planning or pre-holiday ironing. We all have our rituals, I suppose. Okay, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go for. Or let's take these flags off, at least just maybe the top one. That's it. So this, I suppose, will be the B one. I'll just put a B on it. All right, I'm not gonna launch yet. I haven't accepted the contract. What would I do to make the crew cabin less weird looking? One of the things is to unlock the two crewed capsule. The two crewed, what do they call that thing? Crew cabin. But right now I'm really limited in the parts that I have. So I'm going to try this ferry to tourists. And I'm going to hope for the best. I'm hoping this isn't going to be a mistake. We'll see how it goes. So the idea is to get them... I think only one of them needs to go to orbit, but we're going to end up bringing both of them to orbit. So, we will fly, yeah, sure, Jebediah will get in here. We have our two tourists, there and there, and, yeah, we're going to clear out all of this, because they can't EVA anyway, so I do not understand why they have any of that equipment. Save that. Let's just take a quick look at thrust TWRs, or launch TWR, that's good, 1.35. So, I believe I have this set down to 20% for the thrust limiter, and then what I'm going to do just before I lose these SRBs is I'm going to put that up to 100. So it's not going to use up a lot of fuel in that central stack. That's what I found was the secret to getting this thing into orbit reasonably efficiently. I'm taking a last look at the chat, making sure there's not anybody going, oh my god, you forgot this, but I think we're going to be okay, so yeah, let's do it. I get so much more nervous. So much more nervous when doing this. Oh, I'm sorry, Nathan. I misunderstood your comment. But yes, you can make them less weird. I do have the DLCs installed, specifically the Making History DLC. And you get some two crewed capsules, which makes life a lot better too. So, okay, let's put the SAS on. So if I can get one of those, that would make my life better too. But again, these are all parts. That's what I don't have. Okay, we're going to put that on there, and we're going to punch it. And we're off. Now, last time I flew this thing, I really let my speed drop too much when I was in the upper part of the atmosphere. I'm not going to do that again. That all said, it did make it into orbit very comfortably, without really much difficulty. Okay, we're going to pitch over a little bit towards the east. She's a little bit, there we go. We're going to lock that onto the prograde vector. There we go. Try not to be so slow on the draw there. So this engine is on at about, oh, it is not on. That's what, oh my gosh. I didn't put my throttle up. Okay, so this thing can steer. Maybe I don't need to do that thing with that. Okay, you know what? I'm going to turn it off. Put this up to here. That's interesting. I didn't have this engine. I didn't have the throttle up that whole time. Okay, Z. Go. That's interesting. Okay, so maybe I don't need that bit of... That's cool, because now I got actually quite a lot of fuel up here. That'll be good. Okay, so we're coming up a little steeply. That's okay. I like to reduce my throttle, and that kind of, if you reduce your throttle a bit, I did it too much before, that kind of helps to correct for coming up too steeply. It actually makes the ascent, I think, a lot kind of easier. You don't worry about coming up too steeply and just reduce throttle, but you do got to watch. I don't have the time to apoapsis that, so it really helps, but you want to keep this apoapsis well ahead and building ahead of this guy. Maybe a little more throttle. See, this is just crossing 30. That's just crossing 24. I want to make sure that that difference doesn't get less. Maybe even a little more throttle. Better safe than sorry. Okay, I don't need this. Yeah, let's go to full throttle. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. But the thing I'm most worried about is the descent. Somebody pointed out the last time I flew this that there are 3 sets of reaction wheels in these things, so I guess they are enough for attitude control. Okay, I'm going to reduce throttle. What's really nice about reducing the throttle at this point is to help try and build up that periapsis. It makes the final insertion quite a lot cheaper. And when I got the time to apoapsis unlocked, which doesn't come until I unlock the tracking station, or level up the tracking station, I like to keep this at about 50 to 60 seconds. I find that works really well. Keep that apoapsis just ahead of me. Okay, now it's working good. Now it's working good. So we are bringing up tourists with the hope of bringing them back safely. That's going to be the fun part. Okay, so we are now at over 70 kilometers on our apoapsis. I am going to cut this there at 80. Lots of fuel left. So, should be good. Should be good for getting to orbit. It's the getting back part. Because this whole thing I'm going to try and get back to save me money. Actually, having the extra fuel will be nice because I'll be able to sort of control my descent a little bit, especially if it turns out these parachutes aren't enough. I can give myself some engine blasting. A little bit of engine blasting. I find even with the crew cabin, the 2-person crew cabin, like a Mark I cockpit with the 2-person crew cabin, which accomplishes the same thing as this, although it looks better than this, I still think it looks funny. And somebody suggested I tried putting the... Should watch my... Yeah, I'm good. Putting the roundy P capsule underneath one of these for a 2-person capsule, which looked okay. But I found when it was descending through the atmosphere... It took on kind of a bullet orientation and went point first, which I didn't like at all. Click for obvious reasons. Okay, so what I'm doing now, let's see. Let's put this just on regular SAS so it gives me the option to pitch up and down if I need to. Yeah, let's start throttling. I'm pitching down to keep this apoapsis from climbing too much. I think I'm actually throttling. I started that up too soon. Periapsis is almost out of the surface. Get ourselves a little closer. All right. Little bit of throttle. And boom. There we go. 81 by 81. Very nice. So we've done these requirements. Still got to bring them back. So that is some cash there, but not enough just yet. So what I need to do now... Here's one thing. I did install another mod. I installed the mod Waypoint Manager. And it does have, as a preset, all of the launch sites on there already. So I can actually select the launch site. Do I have to go... oh, here. Waypoints to display in flight. I want the active one on display. Oh, I guess it doesn't show it on here. Okay, that's fine. I'm wondering why it's not being shown on here, but oh well. The KSC. And I should get track. Oh, wait, maybe I need to be out of map view. There we go. And that gives me some tracking information. Actually, one of the other ones I like to have is the heading to the target, which is really nice for planes. Unfortunately, I can't adjust, I don't think, where that is. Let's turn up the background opacity. I don't think I can can I change the position? It says reset display position. That implies that I can move it. But I don't see any way. Okay, whatever. I'm playing too much. Because I don't like that it's right on top. Why is it on top of the altimeter? Never used to do that to me. Sorry. Got me playing now. Reset display position. There! That's where it should be. Okay. Alright. So what we're going to do is I'm going to time warp around to here. So the KSC is over here. I want to try and put this in the ocean. Clearly that will be a heck of a lot safer. And I still got almost 500 meters per second left. So what I'm going to do is really cut a lot of this velocity here. Here we go. Let's put it on retrograde. Like, this is the KSC. Yes, it is. Okay. And we're going to keep this locked onto the retrograde vector. And I suppose we're going to hope for the best. I should arm all my parachutes. There we go. All parachutes are armed. I'm not trying to land this at the KSC. Anywhere in the water, reasonably close to the KSC is fine. We are not getting fancy with this. This is completely untested. I will be happy if I get these people down alive. That is honestly the truth of the situation. I actually am aiming to overshoot the KSC and end up, now you can see the waypoint there. I want to land in the ocean. I think I can probably take off a lot more. Yeah, let's take off a lot more energy out of this. So we're clearly overshooting. We're definitely going to end up in the ocean. And I'm saving just about a little bit of fuel because if I don't have enough parachutes on there, I want to be able to slow myself down. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it and hope for the best. We have entered into the atmosphere. I can probably kill a little more here. Oh, I just used up all my fuel. Okay, so that was dumb. I got too finicky with it and wasn't paying attention. I've now got no fuel left. So the parachutes had best be enough. We're going to end up in the dark. Do have this. Let me know if it's getting, people in the chat, let me know if what you see is getting too dark. And I really, really hope. I didn't even look at where the center of mass is when the fuel's all gone. Boom. Okay, those are fins. I can deal with the fins. In fact, nope, that's what I was exactly worried about. Oh, nuts. Okay, take this off, take this off, take this off. Okay, see if you can pitch up and do some body lifting or anything to slow this down. Oh, okay. I should have looked at where the center of mass is, or center of lift compared to the dry mass. I was hoping when those fins blew up. I still have my parachutes. I still have my parachutes. I'm trying to pitch up. You know, I can show you here, like, but It's having none of that. I'm pitching up hard, and it's like, yeah, sure. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down. I need to 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 slow down. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. That's it. That's it. Okay, so. Yeah, the part count was the problem. It was right at the part count limit. Yep. Okay, so we have lost our first Kerbal. We've also gone through the humiliation of losing. Well, I do have another pilot. I know I should have added the decoupler. It's the part count limit. It's the bloody part. That's the issue. I guess I could have put on one less tank and then the part count limit. But if I'm gonna, then I might as well. Now, well, that's a dead Kerbal. Well, that means more work for Val. I should have guessed that was going to happen. That's exactly what I was worried about happening. Okay, so we got a little bit of money, but clearly not worth it. Got lost 20 reputation. I'm actually don't give a care about that. I don't care about reputation. Okay, so we're going to actually let's I think the sun's setting, so let's warp to sunrise. Should have done 2 capsules instead of 3. That's true too. But then you see the whole point is then I'm going to lose. Yeah. Then I'm going to lose the booster when the whole point was to try and save the booster. I'm screwed either way. So what are you going to do? All right, let's take a look at what we got here. So I think then maybe I am better off with these focused observational surveys. I don't know if they'll give me another I think these are all I do. Oh no, I'm not doing that. So that's above, that's above. That's on the surface on the other side of the planet. I'm not doing that. That's above. And that's above. Okay, so we're going to try and do one of those above ones. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to look for one that's pretty close. I'm going to look for one that's pretty close. Oh, these are all pretty close. Yep, okay. So I just got to not do... I saw these over here. Just don't do the ones that are for... What's the agency? Strutco. Don't do the Strutco ones. Any of the others are fine. Any of the others are fine. You know what? Maybe it's a good thing. Get that first death out of the way, and that'll teach me to be more careful. Okay, so what do we got? Let's try this one. Of course, if I lose Val now, I'm really in trouble. You know what? That was me rushing it. I should have looked at the center of mass once it was dry and stuff. Okay, so this is my Juno plane. And basically the idea of this is I'm just looking at where the parachutes are compared to the mass because I'm going to probably adjust all the mass when I take this off. So I'm going to take this off and we're going to replace it, and I'm thinking a flea's probably going to be good enough. Just like so. Like that. All I'm doing now is just putting the rudder back on and the parachutes back on. Put them there for now. That gets thrown away. And the whole idea with this is to get to those high altitudes. That is the plan. Now, where is the dry mass? Because that's... If I put on this, I get to see the dry mass. It's quite a ways forward of the actual mass. So I'm going to put these a little more forward. Maybe about there. Just guessing. And where is the center of lift on this one? It is behind the starting mass, so I'm going to need to... I can slide these forward. So that's where the fuel all is. That will help with the mass. And then I'm going to have to slide these wings back. Something like that. She's a dork. She's dorky. So that's the idea. Make this shiny again. Alright. Now what is the thrust weight at that stage? It's pretty atrocious, so we're going to turn down this thrust limiter. We want it to be significant because we're going to need to kind of get up there. Yeah, they can handle around 2. I think that's good. So the idea of this is to get up there. Again, I'm going to look at where the masses and the lifts are. I think that's going to be okay. Get up over an altitude. What do I need to get over? 19 kilometers. And do a crew report. That's the whole plan. Alright. So, the only pilot we got is Valentina. We make sure she has no... Nope, she has no gear with her. Okay, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah. Okay. Brakes on. Now, I do have another mod that I have installed, and that mod is, it's called Atmosphere Autopilot. All the mods, by the way, are listed down there in the description, but if I turn this on, it has a standard fly-by-wire, which is, it's a bit of an autopilot. Not strictly, but, well, whatever. But it makes the flying feel a lot more natural in my mind, rather than the kind of herky-jerky that you get with KSP. It also has this cruise controller, which is great. You can set your altitude, set your target, and just kind of go that way. So the first part of this, I need to grab my waypoint. This is where Waypoint Manager is going to come into play. So we are got to go to, what is this? Gazzardo Stupidity. Nice. Okay. And that means we got to head at a heading of 305 degrees, which is going to be a ways away. Yeah. Okay. And, yeah, let's just take off and go. We'll start. And we got to do a crew report. So I should probably get that ready too. Maybe tuck that here. That actually, no, because that goes there. Okay. All right, let's, oops, silly. Let's see that, let's see that, let's see that. So we got to make up for the mission we just failed at. You don't put SAS on if you're going to use this autopilot, okay? But you do throttle up, and we do punch it. All right. Oh, and it's 112 kilometers away, so we are a little bit away. We'll see how this takes off, too. Yikes almighty son of a... Oh, no. No. Whoa. Whoa. Let's turn this off just for a second here and put this back on. Okay, whatever... Okay, it's better with that off. I've never had that happen before. That was terrifying. The autopilot, for whatever reason... Oh god, I can see what's wrong. The center of lift is too far forward. That is what's wrong. It really wants to flip over backwards. Oh my gosh, the center of lift is too far forward. These wings here need to be further back. Okay. But I'm going to do my best to try and make this work. That was really close. That was really close. Right now, tech tree is very, very low. Basically, this is my highest tech node, the one that gave me the plane parts. So very, very low on the tech tree. My priority right now is cash, not tech. I would like to get bigger tanks. And probably like the Terrier engine and stuff at some point. Maybe unlock some more science, but that's down the road. Right now, my concern is cash. That is the the issue. I'm not going to trust this autopilot. We'll have to try this again after I adjust where that center of lift is. But that center of lift was too far forward. Whew, that was spooky. I got parachutes on the whole plane. And again, the limiting factor is part count. So I'm not going to put a decoupler. I'm not going to put on parts that I feel I don't need. That's the biggest issue. Okay, I am going to try and time warp a little bit. At least now we have some altitude. And with altitude comes safety. And I'll use the parachutes to descend for sure. And as this drains fuel, it will... the center of mass should drift forward. Right now, I just want to get to this waypoint. I was going to show you the atmosphere autopilot locking to a waypoint and stuff, but I don't trust it right now. So I'm just flying this manual light. Basically, the idea is simply to get underneath this waypoint, point up, fire up the SRB. Wow, it is really, really, really wonky. Oh wow, I have no speed. I have no speed. What am I doing? Okay, we need speed. We need speed. I think I added a little bit too much weight for these poor little Junos on here. Poor little Junos are struggling. That's why I was stalling it. That was my problem. Maybe I never had any speed from the get-go. I wasn't really watching. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. There's a bit of mass being added here on the back. That wasn't before. The back of this was just simply the little structural fuselage part, that little pointy part. Okay, we are getting some speed now. But yeah. We'll get there. Okay. Better now. Better now. Feeling better. Be a lot less mass once we burn off all this solid propellant that's in there. Alright, that's feeling better. I am certainly not going to do a stunt. This whole thing's a stunt. Barely flying as it is. Oh, I do have the X science here too. These extra little mods I put on try and help me out just a little bit. Need all the help I can get. Okay, nice. Okay, I probably should level off my flight here because I am losing speed once again. Junos are really struggling with all that extra weight. Yeah, it should be more controllable once I burn the SRB, the solid propellant, out of there and lose that mass. I think most of the mass of this flea engine is propellant. So it should be better once that's out of the way. Okay. We'll find out soon enough. And maybe on the way back I'll give that autopilot thing a go again. At least now we have some altitude, so if things go awry... Boy, when that did that at takeoff, I thought, oh my gosh. The SRB is to get up to altitude. I need to get up to 19 kilometers in altitude. And these little Junos certainly are not capable of that. Oh shoot. That was a time warp turn. But first things get there. We got 48 kilometers to go. I didn't even look. Should have picked the one that was, should have looked to see which one was closest and done that one first. And the whole purpose of all this is really just cash. Trying to make some money. And trying to use vehicles that are largely recovered so it doesn't cost me a whole lot. Yep, so the maneuver is going to be to pull up and hit that SRB. That is going to be the maneuver. So we are getting close. I'm hoping the flea is enough to get up to that altitude. It really should be. Again, I gotta watch my speed. Let's actually lose a bit of altitude a bit. Just to pick up some speed. Oh, we're here, so pitching up. Oh boy, I better really be careful with that. It still wants to flip over. Okay, stage. And once I'm at 19 kilometers, which I hope, oh my gosh, am I gonna get the 19 kilometers? I'm not gonna make it. Shoot! Shoot! I've got an apoapsis of 16 kilometers, so I need to put on the heavier booster. Oh, that's going to be a bust. That's going to be a bust. Well, we'll bring this back down. Ah! Let's get down to some reasonable altitude, and then we'll see. So what I'm going to do, I'm just doing this. That's no longer. Let's select the KSC as a target. Let's see. I'm gonna land with the parachutes for sure. Let's bring up the autopilot. So I do have a cruise flight controller. I can now select the waypoint. Is where I want to go. Head to that. Might be a little bit confused. Okay, let's take it off of this. Pull up. Okay, what is going on here? I'm in... Oh god, I'm in a crazy dive. Okay, wait. Oh, the master switch is off. This is me. This is my fault. Pull up! Pull up, Valentina. Oh my god, this is like the worst plane I've ever built. Let's see how the autopilot handles it. So put that on. Autopilot does not like this plane. This is so janky. Okay. So I have set this to cruise at an altitude of 5,000 meters and to head back to the KSC. I've selected the waypoint. Let's see how it does. But I can tell if I take this off. Okay. It seems to be reasonable now. Not doing a stunt. If you're not happy with what you're seeing, like as stunty as it is, that's as far as I'm gonna go with this. This plane is hanging by a thread. I've already lost one pilot today, and honestly, Valentina was pretty far from wasn't too far from being the second pilot, and I don't have the money to hire a third one. I want to go down to 3 kilometers. Where are you going? There's mountains that way. Okay. I'm not quite sure what it's doing. I'm going to turn this off. I'm taking control myself. There are mountains over there. Oh, I don't have the vertical motion selected. That's why. Okay, that makes some sense. So let's put this to 6 kilometers. Vertical motion on. Let's turn this back on again. What are you doing? Well, I guess 6 kilometers is lower, isn't it? Put on that speed control. Okay, should be good. I didn't realize I never had the vertical motion selected to control that, so. What I like about this now is I can just set it to go there and go full time warp and it's just gonna go. Should be good now. Yeah, I've already gotten comments on how ugly this plane is, but it's like got limited parts to work with. I'm gonna try and see if I can make an improvement. Now, I never did get the contract done, so that kind of stinks. That down. Let's reduce our speed a bit even more. Coming in here. You can set this up to give you an angle to the runway too, which is nice. So I'm going to have to replace this with the hammer SRB rather than the flea. Because the flea did not have the guts to do it. Alright, I'm going to take control of this. So that's coming off. This is coming to me. Speed controls off. We're coming in. Oh wait, do put on standard fly-by-wire. There we go. That's working better now, it seems. Don't need the waypoint anymore. I can see exactly where we're going. And I'm not going to put it down on the runway. I'm going to put it down with the parachutes. Because I do not trust these landing gear at all. But closer I get, the more monies I get. I'm probably close enough, to be honest, but yeah, I tell you, the hardest thing is not being able to test these things. Okay, it still feels funny. I gotta be honest. There's something weird about it. Okay, I'm just gonna stall. Deliberately stall here. Parachutes. And master switch off. Turn that off. How's it coming down? Hey, that's alright. I could put... No, I think that's actually pretty good. Nice and level. Put some more spread on those. That made much of a difference. Could use a little bit more lift here at the front, which means these guys should come forward just a little bit. Actually, I gotta put the hammer on anyway, so... Alright, whoop, brakes on, boom, done. Okay, recover. The control authority was already lowered, Nick. It should be pretty low, as it was. Now, a lot of the time while I was steering, I was time warping. That always makes it look goofy, too. Okay, so we're going to go back in. We're going to try this again. At least they should be lower. I should check it, to be honest. No, the authority limiter is really high. What the heck? Okay, that's part of the issue. That's weird. I must not have saved it when I lowered it. Okay. Well, that does explain some things. All right, let's put the hammer on there. We're going for the hammer. The hammer has to have enough juice to get it up there. So I definitely do have to reduce the authority limiter. Again, put this on here. I'm going to reduce the authority limiters right away. Where is my center of masses again? That can come off. Just guessing it around there. Where's my center of lift? That is a bad spot. So we shall move back our wings. And this time I'm going to put them quite a ways back. And then obviously this has to move back. That's going to move back the in the landing legs too. This is going to get goofier and goofier looking. Oh shoot. Look at that. Where's that lift? This is starting to look supremely silly. Put these landing legs back. Oh my gosh. You know, I'm debating if this really wants to be like this. Move these forward. So I just don't like the... I never liked the look of these big things at the front here anyway. What happens if I put them at the back for that lift at the back? This will probably look better already. Whoops. There, and now let's move this forward. Oh, this is already looking better. At least in my mind, anyway. And that's all that matters. Mass is going to be crazy far forward at the end of this for coming back, but I think I'm going to move these a little more forward. I'm looking at this red ball, by the way, is the dry mass when all the fuel is used up, which is when the parachutes will get used anyway. What do we think? It's a lot. Yeah, look at the TWR of that first stage. It is pathetic at half a kilonewton. Oh wait, I just noticed something else. These are nowhere near where they got to be. Oh my gosh, I am trusting this less and less every moment. Okay, let's adjust these authority limiters. I'm really surprised they weren't adjusted from... I must have adjusted them and then not saved it. That's going to be my guess. So that explains a lot of its herky-jerkiness. Put them all down to 6 for now. Save this. I guess I should call this the Juno B. I might have already saved this though. And let's bring down this thrust limiter again. There. No, this is still the Juno, just after the name of the engine. Alright. Should I give this a go again? Not a huge fan. We'll give it a go again. So what? Valentina. No cargo. Yep, it is definitely, it's meant to get high altitude surveys. And again, I'm doing them for cash, so I'm not exactly... Well, we'll see how it goes. Parts! Floppa, parts. Get some flags on, parts. These are right at the part. Uh-oh. I've already killed one person, Veos. Jeb's dead. Okay, I'm not going to put on the... I'm going to take off this master switch. I'm not going to use the autopilot on takeoff. That got really scary last time. Again, we're going to this Gazardo stupidity. Appropriately named. Throttle up. SAS on. View to chase. I think that says chase. Okay. And I want a quick save, but I can't. So we're just gonna punch it. Let's go. Oh wait, staging. This SRB's in the wrong spot. Go. Go. It's so underpowered. So underpowered. Up. Come on, up you go. You want to lift up. Oh my gosh, you are so heavy. You are so heavy. Okay, this time I'm going to get some... Oh my gosh, it wants to just fall forward now. Center of lift is too far back this time. I got paranoid last time when it wanted to flip backwards, and now the center of lift is too far to the back, and it just wants to nosedive. Okay, I'm gonna try. Oh, we're not gonna get to too much of an altitude, so let's put this at... Oh, I don't know. Let's go to 2 kilometers. I'm not even going up right now. Come on, up. Oh, I'm pitching. Authority limiter. Whoa. What the difference, dongle? Okay, that's too much. Did I do something funny with the authority limiter? Okay. Alright. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's set this to the waypoint. Cruise controller. Nope. Okay, just stick around the altitude you're at then. What's my altitude? Don't gotta go for that. Oh my god, I'm typing. What's my altitude? 900? 900. Engage. See how you do this. Where are you going? That waypoint. Silly Billy. Okay, this, I'm just, yeah, it's really pitching up hard. Really pitching up hard. Alex B, I see all caps. It's the atmosphere master switch, and I have no idea what that's in reference to. Oh, Stephen Post is saying the same thing. That's the problem, is I always notice the comments like 20 seconds later. Okay. Alright, we are going up. Let's see if we can increase our altitude. 1500. We're not doing... Oh, vertical motion on. I always forget to put that on. Because it loses so much speed doing that. Okay. Yeah, vertical motion is still off. Always notice them after. Okay, that worked. Sort of, maybe. Should be about 1500. Yeah, close. Okay, let's try here. There's advanced options here. I can't climb. Max climb angle, I'm going to change to 10 degrees because it can't climb that quickly. Let's try 2500. Here we go. Okay, we're doing better. Now, what do I have this set at? Let's put this at... I guess, yeah, let's keep it there then. Seems to be doing flying okay. This is called Atmosphere Autopilot. And it seems to be working all right now. Okay, it's leveling off at about 2500. Speed okay. Let's try, let's get really 4,000. 4,000 meters. Go, go, go. Let's even get really scary. Let's put on the time warp. There are some mountains I got to get over too, so I got to be careful about that. And I got to remember, I got to do a crew port. Don't forget the crew port. Okay, 4 grand. Seems pretty good. I like this. Okay. Let's see if we can do this quick. Yeah, I can try rotating the wings a little bit. This guy still needs to be tweaked for sure, but you're right, I can rotate the wings a little bit. Usually with these simple planes, you really don't have to worry about it. I think I'm clearing everything here. I am. But the biggest issue with this plane, well, there's two big. One is the center of lift is too far back, but number two is it's really underpowered. Well, you wouldn't know it now. It's doing over 200. Let's get up another. Let's get up another 1,000 meters. No, I said 1,000, and I put that in my brain, and that means 5,000, dummy. There we go. It's better too with this adjusted max climb angle. Only at 10%. Whoa, 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 whoa. What was that? A little bit of wibbly wobbling going on there. I love the heat coming off of, like, just a couple times you can see it really well. It's really good when you, wow, it looks actually funny. There, it's looking good. Coming off the engines. Okay, how close? We're getting pretty close. We are getting pretty close. So we should, emphasis on the word should, be able to reach 19. There we go. Okay, so put this on to standard fly-by-wire. Pitch time. Yep. Pitch up, pitch up, pitch up. Pitch up and stage. That looks glorious. Glorious. Oh. Oh, that's exciting now. That's exciting. Oh, I can turn the engines off because they're clearly not doing anything, the jet engines. Oh, that looks lovely. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, 19 kilometers. I wish I could turn off this SRB, but I can't. It's going to go up as high as it can. Got to get that crew report ready. Okay. That was the jet engines flaming out. That is the contract complete. But we are going up to 35 kilometers, Jebediah. That must make you feel good. I'm going to take off the master switch, put on SAS, and get Jebediah just kind of follow that prograde vector for a little bit. He's going sort of parabolic on us. Any X science. Oh, that's the wrong button. This one. Could do a mystery goo. Got an upper atmosphere mystery goo to get. 0.6 science. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, Jebediah. Oh my gosh. I got Jeb's poor Val being mistaken for Jebediah. Jeb's dead. Alright, so this time I'm going to try and be a little bit more in control on the way down. That's going to be the plan. So, we're going to take it off of here. Oh, I have very little control right now. Do I have any electricity? I do. So I should have some reaction wheel. Okay, let's... Oh, I do have the master switch off. So just pull this way. And the idea here is just to try and... Right now I have, like, there's clearly... The atmosphere is so thin. I'm not getting much of anything happening. It's just wanting to pull... But I want to try it. I'm trying to pull it up here. I'll take that off. Trying to pull up. And turn around at the same time. Because we got to go back to the KSC. Yeah, if Val dies, that's going to be interesting. I do not have any probe bodies unlocked yet, so I do need pilots. At least if I want SAS, I do need pilots. Okay, come on. I'm pulling up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Probably give ourselves some throttle here. There goes our engines again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay, let's reset this waypoint. Back to the KSC. Oh, put on the master switch. Reset this waypoint. Can't select without... Okay, cruise flight controller, then select the waypoint, you dummy. Gotta redo it in that order. Fine. There we go. We are in control again. Awesome. Little something going on there. Again, center lift too far back. You can see it really wants the nosedive. You can just see now, just doing level flight, how much it's pitching up. So we're gonna try and deal with that. But anyway, there's the contract. $4,200. Still got long. Remember, my goal is $150,000 to get some recovery value from this plane, but oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I can get a glide slope on here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think I want to clear these. Oh, I think I need to come a little bit. I need to change my heading a little bit. What's my current heading? It's 121. I want to come. Let's go with 100 here. This off. Change this to 100. Kind of avoiding. Want to avoid that mountain. Maybe 90 is a better idea. Heading. There we go. Let's not go into that mountain. There we go. How much did the fuel cost? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's not much you can do about the fuel cost. Now I can go back on the waypoint. Alright. A successful mission. First one. Okay, you can see my angle to the KSC is just about at 10 degrees, which is what I have to set this at. So I'm going to turn this down to 1,000. Also going to put the speed control on to, let's say, 150. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. Have I tried a liquid fuel rocket for these types of things? No, I've not. I mean, I did. Jeb died in a liquid fueled rocket. But let's turn this on to here. But no, I could do a cheap sort of suborbital rocket to do these contracts too. I mean, that's an option. Believe it or not, oh god, we have fog. We have fog, we have fog, we have fog, we have fog. I don't like fog. Okay. Is it? Okay. And again, I'm just stalling here. And then I'm just going to put on the parachutes. Oh, forget. Put the parachutes on. Oh, dear. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What were you throttling up for? Did I do that? Well, that was adventurous. Okay. Okay, well, what? We lost the landing gear. That's about it. Oh, my gosh. No, a rocket plane. Yes, I could do that. That's not a bad idea. Probably is cheaper than this option. Going for the simplest option, but I'm not entirely convinced. Oh my gosh, fog. Fog. Well, at least, I mean, the contract got done. What is the closest waypoint? I'm gonna try. I really kind of want to get this to work now. Okay, here's one here. This one is for, what's the name of the company? This is for Kerman's Junkyard and something. And Spacecraft Parts Company. Kerman's Junkyard. So let's try and see if we can get this plane to work. But maybe some sort of rocket plane might be a better plan. Alright, so... oh, I'm in the wrong place. I tried doing a reusable rocket at the beginning of this, and that went horribly badly. That's how Jebediah died. What am I looking for? I'm looking for... let's see here. It's Kerman's something something. Kerman's Space Parts Junkies. Oh. I'm getting these high... I don't want to do those. I thought... Okay, conduct above. That one's on the... I know that one's on the other side of the planet, but I thought there was one. Oh, here's a combo 3-1. Rukia Incorporated. Let's look at where that is. Oh, a welcome Jarda Skira. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you very much for joining. Where are we at? I always hope. Okay, I gotta look at that. I think it's those blue ones. I'm gonna time warp to that fog lifts too. Okay, where is that one? Oh, what am I thinking of? Well, if they're close together, I don't know. So we have Kimdorf, Corvée, and then just the thing. Okay, that should help. Kimdorf, Corvée. There's these ones. How about this one? This one is area J77 2BG. I have done the science from most of that. Jarda. Sorry, I gotta remember. It was J something 57 something something. This one. This one's really close by. We're gonna do this right now. A little bit more cash. Okay, let's time warp until this fog is cleared. I don't like this. There we go. Okay. All right. So one thing I did is I did increase the authority limiter on these rear ones. That seemed to help. Save that. And then the center of lift is too far back. I was a little overly paranoid about that. About the center of lift, and I ended up should be more like this. I don't like the way these are either, though. Now that looks funny. You know, this doesn't move the mass that much because there's so much mass here at the back. Oh, shoot. And I think this can come a little bit more forward too. Alright. Well, Val, you ready to give this another go? Check the pitch. Oh! Oh, that could explain a lot. Are the pitch... Are these still all on the defaults for some strange reason? That would explain a heck of a lot. Oh my gosh, this should only be pitch. I flew this last week. This is explaining a lot of the control issues. And this one should only be yaw. Oh my gosh. I flew this last week though, so I'm a little bit perplexed as to why. Oh well. I guess like that. We are going to this area 1 here. The contract says to fly above that and do another crew report. And it is not far away. So I'm going to try and just do this one hopefully really quickly. We'll do it without the autopilot. Just like that, like that, like that. Again, my staging's wrong. Fix that. Okay, and... see if there's that. I can't believe... Oh my gosh. Okay. I just took the plane from last week assuming it was all right, considering I flew it. Pitch up. Oh! That was so much easier. Oh, it's still nose heavy, but that's okay. That's okay. It's better than the other way around. Oh wait, watch it, dope. You don't... You are underpowered. Speed. Speed! Speed, damn you! We'll have plenty of speed pretty soon once we crack that guy on. So the waypoint, it's way up there. You can see it? Way up there. So it probably will come on pretty soon. So I'm going to be putting on that SRB in just a moment. There we go. Pitching up. Honest, this is when this thing looks the best. When it's just doing this. That looks great. Jet engines off. They're not contributing too much. Okay, and what do we got? Crew report once we're over 16.4 kilometers. I like this. Not going very far. And I'm assuming my Apple Wapsis is... Oh, it's not enough. Not enough. I wasn't high enough when I turned this on. Shoot! Okay, so that didn't work. I did not have enough altitude. I'm only getting up to 15 and a half kilometers. Okay. So that ain't happening. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Give us a throttle here. Those engines, the engines never flamed out. Shoot. We'll get this sorted eventually. I could put less jet fuel in, that is true. But I was more than capable of getting to altitude there. There's the KSC. I just needed to get more speed. It was so close. What I need to do is get, like, just sort of fly in circles a little bit and just kind of get altitude above the KSC. Or fly out and fly back. What mod is it that has head behind the plane engine? Is that stock? I don't know what you mean. Head behind the plane engine. Sorry, I'm not following that. U-Cruise? Heat? Oh, the heat. Yes. That is, I believe, Waterfall that's adding that in. So right now I'm deliberately kind of just slowing myself down. You know what? Maybe landing in the water is not the worst of ideas here. Given what happened with the landing legs last time. And we're even heavier now. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Waterfall's a great mod. For the most part, this is a stock game. I've got no non-stock parts other than the DLCs installed. Okay, we're gonna try that one again. Seems like every one of these is taking 2 missions. At least this isn't costing me much. I'm getting most of the cash. I hardly burned any of my fuel. There we go. Recover. The cloud mod is BlackRock's volumetric clouds, yes. I don't know what the last site is. Sorry, Maxim, I don't know what that is. I still have to collect science, like, around some places. Like, I don't think I've done it around R&D or the Astronaut Complex or Administrative Building. But again, right now, science is not so much my concern. I really want money. But more than anything. Alright, let's fix these control surfaces. So, pitch and yaw should be off. Yaw. This one's just roll. Okay. Save it. Launch. All right. Okay, we are going to do it this time. So, I think I am going to try the atmosphere autopilot this time. Not for takeoff, though. Just do not trust it. Okay. Chase there. And SAS on, throttle up. Brakes off. These guys are kind of... What's this about? I don't like that. Oh, staging is still wrong. Eventually this thing will be all right. There we go. And autopilot. Or Waypoint Manager. There we go. And go. So, the idea here... Just going to kind of get this set right now. 90. Is I'm going to fly out... And then we'll turn around, and so we have more speed and more altitude when I turn on this SRB. It has very little issue taking off now. I think I can actually, there's a lot of authority limiter on that. Probably even turn that down now a bit. Looks like I might be losing the stream. No, maybe not. Something happened there for a little bit. Okay, let's set this to cruise flight controller at this heading. Vertical motion heading should be going. Oh, turn the SAS off. Okay, master switch on. There we go. I can do it. So the idea here is I'm just going to get altitude and gain speed. Oh my gosh. Like, let's say I'm barely surviving and I'm being told to build a starship. I think that's hysterical. I'm barely getting those simple of contracts done. So we're deliberately overshooting our waypoint. It's way above there somewhere. I think it's just lost in the clouds. But what I want to do is just get there, turn around, come back, and get some speed. So we can actually time warp this. Get some speed and get some altitude. You know, it's when I went the further distance of turning down the rewards to only 30% of what they normally are. And oh my gosh, Veos is doing 10%. That just boggles my brain. Okay, we're leveling off at 5 kilometers. At least we should be, yep. And now we're picking up some speed. So I'm going to let it pick up some speed. And then we're going to turn around and head back to that waypoint. Do 5%. Oh, the money is the hard mode. Okay, I thought Veos did 10% across the board, but I guess Veos has got the money at the default, which is 60%. That explains a lot. You know what I might just do, because I'm the wimp that I am, is I am not really gaining money that much. Maybe I'll put the money back to 60%. Because this is starting to... Okay, I can turn around. That... Ooh, I am time warped. That's why that looks so aggressive. But maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I should change that to 60%. Oh, you're very welcome there, Nom Nom. I'm glad the tutorials help. Make up. Do it 120% to make up for lost time. Yeah, because it's the money that's killing me. The science, I've been sort of not putting my energy towards the science, but the money, yeah, I might have been a little, especially for a live stream, a little bit too aggressive. Anyway, we are coming to a waypoint. There it is up there. And this time we got 5 kilometers in altitude, 206 meters per second of height. Let's put this back on fly-by-wire. And we're just going to wait for us to get into the zone, as it were. I think I finally have something that's working, though. Okay, picture up. And engage Mr. Engine. I think I finally have this thing working smoothly. Through the clouds we go. We got to do a crew report at 16.4. This part here to me looks great. Like, this is like, you know, do that, take a screenshot. Like, that's just lovely. There's our screenshot right there. Oops. All right, we are over. We can do our crew report. There we go. That satisfies the contract. No science, of course. There is probably a mystery goo I could do. .1 science. So that's going to be the end of that show. Okay, so that's that. I got the KSC somewhere down there. Way below me. There's the KSC. Way down there. Okay, and I think I'm going to take it off of this and put it onto regular mode and lose all this. Yeah, you got to do your own airdropping in this game. Okay, I was going to kind of nosedive right straight down, but that's probably... Why am I on orbit here? There we go. Switch to orbit mode. This really wants to do a nosedive when I do this, which I suppose is understandable. So what are we at now? 49,000. I'm thinking I'm hoping I can still change that money to 60%. That it isn't something you have to do at the beginning and then you can't change it. Well, I know RP1 has, of course, an airdrop that's incorporated in with Kerbal construction time. Okay, so we got to pull out of this. Pulling out of the dive. Or else Val is going to die. Okay, we can give ourselves some throttle. Actually, we got enough speed as it is. Coming through the clouds, we should be right at the KSC. Look at that. Look at that. This is finally working the way it's intended. Just going to kind of spiral down here. I just don't want to deploy the parachutes until I'm going quite a lot slower. Pull up. Let's actually level off here a little bit. You're still a heavy beast. You are still a heavy beast. Ah, there we go. Let's see if the landing legs don't explode this time. Okay, and oh, it does. It's a little bit too heavy, but that's okay. You know what? I'm just gonna live with that. I'm gonna call that. We'll just have to replace those every time. The poverty struggle. I like that. Yeah, this has been the poverty struggle. Okay, so I am now at 61,000. Still not even close to the 150 I need for that. Not to mention the 450 I need for this. So let's see. If I go into settings, can I change this from here? That's what I'm hoping. Yes, I can. Okay, so all of these are at 30%. So what I'm going to do... The default in hard mode is 60%. I'm going to leave the science reward at 30. I'm happy with my science progress. I've just not been putting my energy towards it. And I suppose this too. But let's put it at, just for now, 100%. Just to sort of, and we'll keep all these guys at their defaults too. Just to kind of make up a little bit for lost time. Because I really think that this is just progressing too slowly. I don't like it. Let's see what we can do here. I want to get to the moon. That's what I want to do. Okay, I got Fairy VIP, just a 1. Get into orbit. See, I think I make more money with these conduct observational surveys than I do with these Fairy VIPs. I'm surprised this is as low money as it is. Fairy 2 tourists. Okay, this one's a little more. Not a huge amount. Ugh. Oh, but then again, maybe these haven't changed. Maybe they don't change instantly until you do, you know, like, grab more. Yeah, if you have to wait for the contracts to reset. I was just thinking the same thing. You know what? Let's do one of these tourist ones just to sort of make me feel better, because that's how Jebediah died. And I will go into here. Take the land. Yeah, that is true. Well, the problem is, that's a great, but I can only take 2 contracts. And one of the contracts is taken up by a moon flyby contract that I've never should have taken in the first place. I want to delete this and never look at it again. Yep. That's the one from earlier today. So I don't have the contract space. Again, money's what's really holding this back. I do want to kind of emphasize that. Okay, this is a tried and true vessel for getting into space. It can do it easy peasy. And I'm going to keep, it's got the decoupler and the heat shield, and I'm going to just lose this part of it. That's going to be it. And I'm not going to... Jebediah. Oh, I keep... Jebediah. I'm sorry, Jebediah. I keep looking for Jebediah, and he's not there. Okay, so we're going to fly this with Valentina. We're going to do that tourist contract. Let's go. Yeah, the 30% income, I think, was a mistake. So I'm putting it up to 100%. I'm going to put it up to 100% for at least until I've unlocked another building or two. And then and then we'll go from there. I'll put it probably at 60%, which is the default. Okay, that's on there. TZ. Yep, T. There we go. Okay, and let's punch it. So go. Oh wait, and I want to get ready to put this throttle to 20% or 100% once. Okay, go. Off we go. So for those people that weren't here at the beginning of the stream, this is the mission that, whoa, she's, those reaction wheels, I tell ya, that pretty much killed Jebediah. Let's get ready to do a stage. There we go. Because I tried recovering this whole thing, I took out the decoupler and the heat shield here, made this one unit, then that gave me the part flexibility to put on some more parachutes, and this came down like a bullet. Never lost enough speed for the parachutes to deploy, and Jebediah just went to his demise. Oh, and 100%. There we go. So we're going to do a tourist contract. But you're right, I think I got to probably, maybe I might even need to restart the game, which I'm not going to do, to get the money to, I don't think the money's being reflected in the contracts yet. We'll see when this one's done. This is a beautiful ascent, by the way, Valentina. Start reducing throttle here a little bit. And, but this is lovely. Lovely, lovely. Oh, you're hearing that. That is my whiny cat behind the door. I was hoping he was too far away. So, yes, that meowing is my cat. He is a royal pain in the butt. Usually my wife is here to distract him for me, but she is not here today. And so I'm ignoring him completely, but he won't shut up. I was hoping the mic wasn't picking him up, but clearly that's not correct. I was hoping he was far enough away, but no such luck. More throttle, a little on, a little too. I should have thrown him outside. That's what I should have done before I started. But he was good for the first bit. Let myself again get a little bit too low, but I think this thing has a lot of fuel. Just full out. Full out. In fact, let's just do this and pitch up a bit. Oh, whoa, whoa. My Apple Wapsis is at 100. Silly, silly, silly person. This thing is so overbuilt. I mean, that was, well, the first part of the ascent was gorgeous. The last part of the ascent wasn't so much, but, and I got my Apple Wapsis up really high, but I got, like, the periapsis again is almost out of the atmosphere. I still have 630 meters per second in here, so this isn't going to be a problem. You're now in space. Both these two want orbits, so we're going to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is actually, I don't want my Apple Wapsis that high, so I'm going to pitch down and start this early. And we'll try and see if we can bring down that Apple Wapsis while bringing up our periapsis. That's what I'm talking about. Wonderful. All right, so that's our orbit. That is great. Okay, let's get him down. Patch Conics first. I don't have the no. It's going to be the Astronaut Complex is going to be my next one. Patch Conics is coming, but I want to do at least one moon mission without having to use Patch Conics. It's kind of a fun thing to do. Okay, retrograde. Oh, I'm still time warping. Hey there, Sloppy Jams. I think things will be better once the money issue is resolved. I think I was too aggressive with the money, and this is just turning into too much of a grind. I mean, it's completely doable. I don't want to pretend that it's not, but it's just, it's taking entirely too long. There we go. This is going to be a lot safer than what Jebediah had to endure. Unfortunately, that was a lot of money just thrown away there. No, the moon, just to get a flyby and come back, is actually cheaper than Mimbus. And moreover, it's much, much easier to hit when you don't have maneuver nodes and all that kind of stuff. So I will be going for the moon first. But of course, I want to be able to do EVAs. And that's why I want to update the Astronaut Complex. Oh, for landing, for sure, Mimbus. Mimbus is much easier to land on, too. But, my goal is just going to be to do a flyby. Maybe an orbit, depending. Maybe that, but that's it. Definitely not going to go for a moon landing just yet. Oh, look at that thing exploding down below us there. We're coming short. Pretty sure. I don't know. We might come pretty... It's hard to tell with these clouds. I could put on the waypoint, but we might be coming pretty close to the KSC. Let's see when we come through. Am I way off? I thought the KSC should be just... Oh! I'm on the wrong side of the planet. How did I misjudge that badly? I must have looked at the wrong thing when I did my deorbit burn. Am I like on the wrong... Where am I? Oh my gosh, I am nowhere near. KSC is like... Here! No, that's the desert. Oh, we're way short. Wow. Okay. Whatever. This will be a nice, safe descent. Where's my money's at? Oh, I heard some thunder rolling somewhere. There we go. No, I find that putting a Soviet module on the bottom completely throws off the aerodynamics, and it wants to come down nose first there, Floppa. I tried that in the first stream, and it went really badly. So where am I at? I'm at 74,000, so I made a little bit of money there. I actually should have looked at the screen. I wasn't really... Maybe... Did it make more money than normal? No, it looks like the same that was on there. but I'm hoping maybe upon restart or maybe upon getting some more, grabbing some more contracts, that the money will start flowing a little bit more quickly. But I'm looking at the time of the stream and I'm thinking this is probably going to be a good time to call this. So I'm going to thank everybody in the chat. Thank everybody who's watching this at a later date. We'll be continuing this next Tuesday. On Thursday, I'm going back into Project Zomboid, see if I can keep my person alive for another couple of hours during that stream. We'll see how it goes. Thank you, especially, of course, to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members. Hopefully things will be going faster next week, but in the meantime, have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll